9-70. The relationship you described in part E of problem 9-69, which is this relationship, which we just wrote out, is called the Pythagorean theorem. It states that in a right triangle, the length of one leg squared plus the length of the other leg squared is equal to the length of the hypotenuse squared. It can be written as an equation like this. Here's the equation. Leg A, we've got that in parentheses, squared, plus leg B, in parentheses, squared, is equal to the hypotenuse squared. So this leg squared, notice that's short, and this leg is also shorter than the hypotenuse. These are the two short legs. Squared and added together will equal the square of the hypotenuse. All right, down below, it's asking us to use the Pythagorean theorem to write an equation for each diagram below. Then find each missing area. So in each one of these, we can see that there's a question mark. And so one of these, the square is missing, or the amount for the square, which we know that this square is based on the length of the side of a triangle. But we know that we can create an equation just like this one, because if we square this side, it's equals to 9 centimeters, and if we square this side, it's equal to the area of this square, which is 34 centimeters. So let's create that equation. So we've got the two short legs here, 9 centimeters squared plus 34 centimeters squared, 34 centimeters squared is equal to, and then we've got our unknown quantity, centimeters squared. Well, we know if we add together 9 and 34 that we will get 43. So we have our unknown quantity now. We know that the area of this big square, which is the square of the hypotenuse, is equal to 43. This problem B is very similar. You're taking the two short sides, adding them together, and finding out what the area of the hypotenuse squared is. So you can write that one out yourself. Now this one is a little different because in this case, we know what the hypotenuse, the square of the hypotenuse is. It's 25 feet, and we know what the square is of one of the short legs, but one of our other legs is missing. So in this case, we'd write it out by saying 10 feet squared plus that unknown quantity, feet squared, is equal to 25 feet squared. So because it's an unknown, we'll just assign it the variable, our good old standby x, and then we will use our equation solving skills to find out what x is. So x, to get it by itself, we need to add a negative 10 to this side and to this side. And once we have subtracted this, we zeroed that out. X is all by itself over here. And then over here, we see that we have 15 feet squared. So this unknown quantity, the unknown side, the square of this unknown side, is equal to 15 feet squared.